So when you have this Saturn squaring Jupiter, collectively, and for us individually, we have to look at our birth chart to see which areas of life that impact us directly and personally, but on a collective for everybody. Anytime when you have a Saturn squaring Jupiter, basically the energy is there's some kind of resistance to change or a delay in opportunities. The reason why I say that is Jupiter is the planet of abundancy, opportunity, anything that is beneficial or helpful to us typically falls under the blessing of Jupiter. Saturn is the planet of delay and hard lessons and harsh reality. In turn, if we're on the other side of Saturn, then it's maturity and wisdom. So if there's a conflict in that square or challenge, again, I would like to say challenge, between optimism and limitations and restrictions. Expansion, which is Jupiter, and delays, disappointment with Saturn. Okay? So look at your chart. Look at your chart and see where Saturn transiting Pisces right now, and Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, are in your chart. With the square Saturn to Mars, is a time where, so for Mars, I'm going to talk more about on a direct personal level according to your chart, where it lands in your chart. Wherever Mars and Saturn land in your chart right now, the Mars squaring Saturn, to me, it is testing us, or we have already learned the lesson from before, to focus our attention, to stay focused wherever wherever we're planning to act, wherever we're gonna do something, stay focused, stay disciplined, because Saturn, is also about discipline and focus. Because Mars is the planet of action and Saturn is the planet of limitation and restriction. Some of us might feel restricted in some ways. And again, that all depends on where it lies in your chart. So just grab your chart and take a look at it and see where all these transits are happening for you. And then those are the areas that personally and directly impacting you with this energy. Now, with the opposition of Venus to Saturn, there's going to be, and again, this is going to be for Venus, is more on a personal level versus a collective level, because it's one of the closer moving planets. We astrologers call them inner planets. So with astrology, with the Venus opposing Saturn, it could be love, it could be money, it could be friendship, it could be life and home life, family life, and career, public, depending on where Saturn, Pisces, and Venus, Virgo lands in your chart, and it's going to be opposite of each other. So if it's in the first house, then it's first and seventh house. If it's in the second house, it will be second and eighth house. So depending on the opposite signs, Venus in Virgo and Saturn in Pisces, land in your chart. In general, Venus opposing Saturn suggests a period of time where you're going to be disappointed with your expectation in regards to love or relationship. But again, if it falls into a non-love, non-relationship houses, then it would be finance and money. So it depends. So if it's like, for example, let me give you an example. If it's in the second and eighth house, that's second is your money and the eighth house is other people's money. So then this opposition between Saturn and Venus is going to be disappointment revolving finance. But if it's in the first and seventh house, which is yourself, and the first house is house of self, and the seventh house is partnerships, other people, relationship, serious love, relationship, then do you understand what I'm saying? So it would be disappointment in regards to the first and seventh house. If it falls in the first and seventh house, your Venus in Virgo and your Saturn in Pisces. And if it falls between the fourth house, which is house of home and family life, private life, and then the 10th house is your career, your public life, then that's where this opposition of disappointment and letdown would revolve, but it would revolve around your family life and your career life. So that's just broad overview in general. This video is really, it's not specific. It's in general, collective, and very broad on a personal level. I'm an astrologer, but I don't know your chart. I don't know your chart. I don't know any of your chart. So I'm just sharing with you my opinions as an astrologer, what I see going on right now. And I think, and I hope it will be helpful to some of you. If it's not helpful, then okay. But if it is, let me know. Okay. So now I want to take you guys to the supermoon, full moon, blue moon, Aquarius on August 19th. So again, I'm from San Francisco Bay Area. So this August 19th supermoon, blue moon, full moon in Aquarius is going to happen for me around 11:25 a.m. San Francisco, California. The next time that a super blue moon is going to occur is going to be May 20th, 2027. So it's not every day, it's not every year that you're going to have this super moon, blue moon energy. And this is the first super moon of 2024. There's going to be a total of 4. This is the first one. This is going to just kick it all off. On August 19th, this super full moon is a blue moon. And it's not going to be very easy. It's not going to be an easy, it's going to be high energy, high emotion, illuminating your houses where Aquarius and Leo are placed. And I'm going to show you why I think it's going to be a game changer. I think the 14th of August, something big is going to happen. August 14th, something's big going to happen. It's going to happen on a global collective level. And then for us individually, personally, It all depends on our chart. But I'm an intuitive Western astrologer. And yes, I do go on my intuition many, many times when I do my reading. But the majority of my reading, the majority of my understanding, and the majority of my opinions of what I see based on astrology is based on astrology. It's based on the mathematical positioning and charts and points that I use astrology to share my opinions with you, with my family and friends, with clients. So August 14th, I believe we have to be prepared. And people always ask me, okay, Linda, all these squares, all these oppositions, and you tell me to be aware and be prepared. How do I be aware and be prepared? Well, first off, you have to know. If you don't know, then you don't know, right? I mean, what more can I say? I'm not a psychic. I cannot see into the future, because if I was, I'd be rich. I'm not. So when I say be prepared and be aware, meaning have your information. Well, what's that saying? Knowledge is power, or information is king. I mean, be prepared and be aware is exactly that meaning. Know your information, have your information, okay? And then you're prepared and you're aware that, okay, there's squares, there's oppositions, there's challenges, there's difficulties that may come up around this date, and in my chart around these houses, and prepare. And so you're aware, and then you prepare in your reaction on how you handle it. That's the best we could do, right? What else, what more can we do? We're only human. So what do you want from me? I mean, that's what I tell them. I mean, so stay calm. That's all. Stay calm. So this full moon here, let me show you. The moon, a full moon always opposes the sun. That's astronomy, that's astrology, that's a lot of people disagree with me, but astrology and astronomy, they're cousins. Okay? They might even be siblings. My opinion. So the moon opposes the sun always when it comes to a full moon. This supermoon on August 19th in Aquarius also square Uranus. I know a lot of people say Uranus, and I try to say Uranus because when you say Uranus, a lot of people kind of giggle, right? Especially way back when I was a lot younger. Way back when astrology wasn't that commonly, talked about or is as popular as it is now. So, but I'm comfortable saying Uranus. So, giggle all you want, but the way I pronounce Uranus is Uranus. So, the moon square Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of unexpected, unpredictable, is the ruling planet of Aquarius. And if you're an Aquarius, then you know that you're unpredictable and eccentric. That's what the energy of the planet Uranus is. It's going to be sun out of nowhere, unpredictable. When it's square to the moon, and this is a super moon on August 19th, where it lands in your chart, where the moon, the sun, and Uranus land in your chart, that's where you might have something completely out of the blue come up in your life. Then you go to let's see. Let's see what's going on with Saturn. Saturn, during this full moon, is still squaring Jupiter and Mars. It's still opposite of Venus. See? Very intense energy. Lots of red. So, for this super full moon, see where Leo, Aquarius, obviously, because that's the full moon, the two signs of the full moon are at in your chart. See where Taurus for Uranus is placed in your chart. And then the other three signs that you should look for: Venus, Gemini, and Virgo. Because of the hard squares from Saturn to Jupiter and Mars, Saturn in Pisces, Mars and Jupiter in Gemini, and then the opposite of Venus in Virgo between Pisces, Saturn, and Venus, Virgo. So you have all these squares and oppositions happening in these signs. Where they are in your chart will give you a clue as far as how where is going to affect you directly. Because it's very consistent. It's these aspects are very consistent, and it's not like just one day. You know, the aspects to the moon could change in a day within hours, but you know, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, they're not short term, they're not overnight aspects. They could last for days, weeks, months, and years. So take a look at those, and then the energy I feel that's happening right now with Jupiter in Gemini is a mutable sign. Mutable means, well, Gemini is the sign of the twin. Mutable energy is very flexible, very adaptive, very quickly changing. Okay, so that's you right now the transit is Jupiter in Gemini, and then we also have Saturn in Pisces. And Pisces is also a mutable sign, flexible as well as quickly changing. So, and then Pisces is water, Gemini is air. So water and air, they're very it's hard to hold on to them, right? I mean, if you think about it, can you hold on to air? No. Can you really hold on to water? A little bit more so than air, but still it's not easy to hold on to like earth, right? And fire, you can't hold on to fire because then you get burned. So my point is that it's very volatile. The on the collective level, and with the energies of these planets and these aspects right now, it's like a roller coaster ride. On a collective global level, and also again for all of us individually, depending on where it falls in our chart. So at the ending of July is started to have more volatility and roller coaster, and it's because of the squares and the oppositions that are happening in astrology for everyone. I try to do a video once a week, but you guys gotta let me know. You have to let me know that it's worth my time doing it, because if I create these long videos and just talk about astrology, sharing my opinions about astrology, and hopefully help somebody, or be entertaining to somebody. But if I don't get engagement, I don't get any reaction, I don't get any feedback from you guys, then I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not. Time is precious. Remember that. Okay, so I'm going to come back again on probably on the full moon. Probably I'll come back again probably on the super moon, full moon, blue moon in Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I'll probably come back on again that day on August 19th for this super moon, full moon, blue moon in Aquarius with a video, or I might even go live. I'm not sure yet, but I'll talk a little bit more about the full moon, and then the next, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm unpredictable. I don't even, a lot of time, I can't even predict myself. So I might come back and talk about the August 19th supermoon, or I come back and talk about something totally different, like Pluto and Aquarius. But anyways, you guys let me know, okay? And I'll do my best to give you more astrology. But you gotta let me know. Let me know. Okay. Have a good day. Bye bye.